Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to review the science fiction movie Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets that is directed by Luc Besson and stars Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne and Clive Owen, as well as Rihanna and Ethan Hawke and a few others. And it is a passion project of Luc Besson's. It's something that he's been wanting to make for many years, and it's my understanding that the Fifth Element, the science fiction classic that he made, the visual flair and design of that movie was based on the Valerian comics, of which he's been a big fan of for a long time. So he's obviously a big fan of this, and he's wanted to bring this to the big screen for quite some time. So I would imagine there's parts of this movie that will be crushingly disappointing to him, because they were to me, if I'm honest. What we get at the beginning of this movie is we meet a fully realised CGI planet. To be honest, I wasn't overly impressed with the opening. It just felt like watching a cutscene of a video game. It was just all CGI. These beings on this planet living this peaceful paradise of a life, and then it's disrupted by all these things crashing and the planet exploding. And then we meet the two main characters, Valerian and Cara Delevingne's Sergeant Laureline. They work for the government. They're these agents. They're called to a secret mission to retrieve this package, take it to Alpha, which is the City of a Thousand Planets, go on another secret mission, as there's some radioactive force in the middle of the City of a Thousand Planets that's growing, and it's going to slowly eat it from the inside and destroy it, and they've got to go and deal with this from the inside of Alpha. There's conspiracies going on, there's alien creatures left, right and centre in action pieces, and a visual feast as far as the eye can see with this movie. And that's really the main problem with this movie is, and it's a cliche, but it is literally style over substance. It's a visual treat, this movie. There's so much to look at, you don't know what to look at first. At times it does look beautiful, but at times it's almost tiresome as well. It's headache inducing at times, and the story is all over the place. There's two main problems with this movie, I think. Well, there's three. I think sometimes the visual effects is too much. It's not grounded in any kind of reality, it didn't feel to me. The relationship between the two leads, no chemistry at all. I thought Cara Delevingne did a decent job. I think she's got some talent, this girl. But Dane DeHaan, I thought, was really, to say he was the lead of this movie, completely devoid of any charisma. And I thought it was a really poor leading man performance. And the story was all over the place. It was just all over the place. I couldn't really follow it particularly well. I think when you analyse this and The Fifth Element, I know they're two different movies, but they're directed by the same guy, and they take similarities between the Valerian. Obviously, we've got this for the Valerian and Fifth Element, which was based on the stylings of Valerian. I think why Fifth Element worked, it was a very basic story. It was good versus evil. And thrown into that was Bruce Willis and his battle with the baddies and his love for the main lead there. What we get here is two leads with no character, so that love wasn't there, that you didn't feel it at all. There was no chemistry between them. And the story was just all over the place. It was just like a government conspiracy type story at the end of the day. It's unfair to say that I disliked this movie, because I didn't dislike it. I thought it was perfectly serviceable, enjoyable to watch. The action set pieces were pretty good and fun to watch. So it was enjoyable to watch, and the visual effects were enjoyable to watch. But as a movie, you put it off, and it's like it was almost like eating junk food. This movie, immediately forgettable once you'd finished it. I didn't want to see more. They didn't leave me wanting to see more. I didn't buy the relationships between the characters, and it was unfortunately a letdown for me. I can't say any more than that really. It's disappointing. I remember seeing the trailers for this and thinking it looked amazing, absolutely amazing. But clearly we got all the best bits in the trailer, as we tend to do these days. So I can't really be anything but disappointed with this movie. But there are elements in there to enjoy, and I think there is a decent film buried underneath the lackluster performances, the shoddy writing, and the headache-induced effects. 3 pretty big negatives there, I know, but yeah, what can you say? It's a bit of a letdown. But there might be elements in there. If you're a science fiction fan, there's certainly things in there to enjoy, I think. So, see what you think.